Skull Rock Podcast, talking all things Disney, with your hosts, Aljon Go and Dave Bossert.
Do you just love to learn more about the magic that embodies animated films, theme park attractions, and more? The all-encompassing universe created and produced by the genius of Walt Disney has spanned nearly 100 years and counting.
From his earliest film endeavors with the Laugh-O-Gram cartoons and the Alice comedies, to the creation of Mickey Mouse, to the first animated feature film, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, and then dreaming up Disneyland, Walt Disney continuously raised the creative bar, and today his company has carried on that tradition as a global entertainment juggernaut. I'm Dave Bossert, artist, filmmaker, and author.
And I'm Aljon Go, musician, podcaster, and radio guy. Every week, Dave and I will explore the entertainment galaxy that is Disney with insightful conversation, stories, and special guests talking all things Disney.
Listen to never-before-heard stories and behind-the-scenes moments from some of your favorite Disney films, theme park attractions, performances, books, music, and so much more from knowledgeable, insightful, and thought-provoking hosts and guests. Hear the latest news about Disney past, present, and future.
Skull Rock Podcast is your go-to source for the magic we all love. Skull Rock Podcast. Visit skullrockpodcast.com.
This is Kat with Dining at Disney, and I'm here with Kristen. Kristen, tell us about some travel deals.
Well, right now, going on, Disney launched a new deal that just started on September 8th, and it is for Disney Plus subscribers. They will be releasing special offers for not just Walt Disney World, but now the Disney Cruise Line. And these you can start booking as of 8 a.m. Eastern Time on September 8th.
Wow.
Ooh, and if they want to book them, how can they contact you?
At themeparksandcruises@gmail.com.
That's amazing. Thanks, Kat and Kristen. It's producer Aljon here with a reminder that the show is brought to you by our friends at Shure Microphones. Check out the brand new microphones we're using here, the Shure MV7 podcast microphone kit. Thank you for Shure for sponsoring this episode. This microphone is actually inspired by the SM7B that I used for many, many years in commercial radio when I was doing alternative rock and top 40. Yay. Back in the day when I was known as Johnny Go.
Oh my.
And dynamic microphone, that's what it is. And we also use both USB and XLR outputs for this podcast mic. It is amazing. It's the bomb. It sounds great. You can use that USB input for your computer or your smart device. You can use the Shure Plus Motif app so you sound amazing, just like we do here on this program. And the auto leveler is 100% awesome because you can literally set your microphone and forget it. It really makes a difference during any one of your Zoom calls or conference calls or team calls, or even if you're a podcaster or creator like us. So check out the brand new MV7 podcast microphone kit on our link below in the show notes, or check out shure.com. Also, Gator Frameworks, they supply stands and accessories for podcasters, creators, music, lighting, and AV equipment for everything you need for your home studio or your pro studio or your podcast studio or even your office. Awesome. Great stuff there at GatorFrameworks.com.
From the Gator Framework Studio in Music City, it's the Dining at Disney podcast.
You know the thing about good food, it brings folks together from all walks of life.
You'll discover all the best restaurants and food as you hungrily explore the Disney parks.
Let's do this thing!
The Dining at Disney podcast with your hosts, Kristen Hoetzel, Bubba Alvarez, and Kat Arcori.
Welcome to the Dining at Disney podcast. I'm Kristen, Disney park enthusiast, foodie, and travel expert.
I'm Aljon, podcaster, pop culturist, and also host of the Disney List podcast and Skull Rock podcast.
And I am Kat, experiential designer, movie buff, all-around nerd. Welcome to the show.
Yay!
If you haven't already, make sure you like, subscribe, and click the notification bell. Kat, do you want to tell everybody what we are talking about today?
Yes, we are going to be talking about the best time of the year, D23 Expo 2022, which is happening September 9th through the 11th.
Gosh, it's here, y'all.
Days away.
It's almost Disney Plus Day, D23 Expo Day. And it is the favorite time of the year. It's when they drop all the fun stuff.
Yes, I'm so excited to be there. After a long hiatus, it's going to be a great time. Super, super excited.
Mm-hmm.
So before we get into that, though, we do have a couple things of news.
Do tell.
The first one, I don't know if the rest of you have seen this. Kat sent it to me. It is the cutest thing. It is the Disney Munchlings. And they're little
so cute.
plushy food-related characters. It's so cute.
It's adorable.
It.
Oh my gosh. I'm like, I need all of them. So, like, they've got one that's an ice cream cone, but it's Maleficent. Then there's one that looks like an ice cream sundae, and it is Lotso Hug 'em Bear with a little strawberry on his head.
Very cute.
Oh my gosh. All of these, I'm like, I want that one.
Oh, do you like the Baymax s'mores combo?
Yes.
There? Yeah, I like that. Kat, do you have a favorite one?
Oh man, Sophie's choice. I think the Pooh cinnamon bun is my favorite one. It's so stupid.
Yeah, but it is cute.
Little honey bun.
I don't know how I'm going to decide which ones not to buy.
The Pluto cupcake's
seriously.
Pluto cupcake's pretty nice too. I like that.
They're so adorable.
Good night.
And these, let's see, the price on them is, because I saw this. Where's that at? Okay. So the 5-inch ones will be available in blind bags for $16.99. And then there's a 15-inch plush that you can get for $34.99. But they're also going to have special drops and chef collabs. And those are going to be available for $19.99.
It's not collabs, y'all. It's collabs. What else are they going to think of?
I don't know, but I like them.
I love them.
They are very kiki cute. I like it.
They're so cute. They did the cutest.
Behind us.
Yeah, they need to go back there on your wall for sure.
Yeah.
They did the cutest announcement for this morning. I was dying.
Is there audio for this in the Disney Parks Instagram, TikTok?
I believe it was on the Disney Parks Instagram. A friend of mine who works in PR over there also posted it, but they brought a lot of influencers who were in town for D23, of course, D23 Expo. They brought them to Main Street and did like a whole performance with a chef and had them introduced. These things have a theme song. I just want to put that out there.
Oh, let me try to play some here.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Airplane noise.
They're huge. I know. It's
security.
Black and white security camera footage. It's all the fuzziness.
Oh,
Disney,
no, that
Disney
might not
cop,
be the right video.
Disney security walks in, make sure everything's good. Oh my gosh. They're moving.
What can I grab? What can I get?
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. They're walking across the floor and
Oh my gosh,
tumbling.
they're all falling off the counters.
Oh my gosh, they're rolling. They're rolling out of the Main Street
so
bakery.
Cute.
It's like a tribble from Star Trek. They're just rolling
yes,
around.
exactly.
It's going to be really hard not to buy a lot of those, especially the big ones, because you can see which one you're getting.
Yes, that Baymax s'more.
Yeah, that's the legit one. I love that one.
I love it.
And they even have a Hades one, which is awesome.
Oh my gosh,
They're so
you're right.
cute.
Oh my gosh, that is Hades, isn't it?
Huh?
Yes, and Oogie Boogie. Oh, I need them all. One more thing for me to add to my pile of useless junk here in my studio apartment.
No kidding. Oh, we're gonna have to build another wing of this studio, y'all.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Fair enough.
Okay, so you have some delicious news about Hocus Pocus and Dole Whips.
Yes, at my new favorite dining location, Swirls on the Water. They're doing a Dole Whip Witch's Flight for Halloween. You can get the Witch's Flight. It's $6.49, and the flight is Dole Whip pineapple, purple cheesecake soft serve, and pumpkin soft serve. So one of each. All three have little decorations in honor of our favorite witch trio, including a little vacuum chocolate piece for Mary, which I absolutely adore.
Wow.
When can you get these? Are they already serving these? It looks like they're serving these already. So you can get them now.
Yes.
And I'm going to make a educated guess and say available through Halloween. Of course, at your own risk, because they may be enchanted, but they also may melt because it's hot in Orlando right now. But if you try these, let us know. We're going to be trying these. Well, you guys don't have a choice now. We're doing this
yes,
when we go
are.
to Florida next month.
Yes.
Do I need you to bend my arm backwards?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Of course we're going to do it.
It looks too delicious not to.
Heck yeah.
Yes.
And purple cheesecake. I like that.
Yes, it sounds really good. But then they also have Oogie Boogie nachos.
Oh.
I have to get my face close to the screen because I'm blinder as a bat. So forgive me for this for a second.
Okay, I can read it if you want, Kat.
Okay, I got it. Okay. It's $8.99 with pistachio soft serve, strawberry boba pearls, chocolate curls, gummy worms, orange spirals, whipped cream, and waffle chips. So it's a little bit like the funnel cake fries here at DCA for the Oogie Boogie Bash, but it's nachos and it has Dole Whip, so it's automatically better. But that sounds delicious too.
I'm sold anytime I hear pistachio. Like, yes, I'll take it.
Yeah, I'm down with it. I mean, it's not too bad either. $8.99 for the nachos, the Oogie Boogie nachos, and the Dole Whip Witch's Flight for $6.49. Mm-hmm. That's not bad.
No, and the serving on the flight is 3 servings, small servings, but enough, in my opinion, for the price. Because a regular Dole Whip in the park is like, what, $6 anyways? This way you get to try 3 flavors. And it's not just like a sample cup at Yogurtland's worth of Dole Whip. It's like a significant amount. So you can have it all to yourself, like I probably will be doing, or you can share it with your friends, your family.
Yeah, it's not a bad portion size per small martini shot glass. I mean, it's not a shot glass, it's more than that, but as you said, 3 servings or 3 spoonfuls, maybe 4, maybe 5. There's great. Enough. Yeah, it's a good deal, I think.
I think so.
I'm ready.
I love it.
I feel like I need to start my list of all the foods I have to eat while I'm there.
Oh, I already got one running, girl.
Very nice. Very nice.
You'll have to share with me.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Okay.
I get so much spam calls. Stop calling me, people. I keep telling you.
Pretty late for spam calls, Kristen. pretty late. So moving on.
Yes.
We want to talk about the expo.
Yes, we do.
I think we should.
Gosh, Kat, it's great that you were there representing Dining at Disney, and it's just great that you're going to be out there experiencing D23 for us and reporting back all that awesome news.
It should be a whole weekend's worth of chaos, and we know that I thrive in chaos, so it's gonna be great. I'm really excited to go back to D23 to represent Dining at Disney and eat the pictures and have a great time and see people and meet new people and wear cute outfits. It's gonna be great. I'm really excited. Of course, my main goal is to find things out new for you guys so we can share it here on the pod about parks news and anything along those lines. But really, in my heart of hearts, I'm going to listen to Marvel things so I can cry. That's my goal. At the last one, Bubba's not here, but at the last one, my mother was with me and I was with Bubba and Kristen when they made the Obi-Wan announcement and Ewan McGregor came out and we were all crying. It was great. It was wonderful. It was magical. And I can't wait to see what they tell us this year, what special things we get to hear and see and do and shop. That's my
I'm hoping one of the things that they talk about will be the restaurant coming to Toy Story Land.
Jesse's whatever.
Barbecue.
Yeah, I agree. I
Yeah.
agree.
For sure.
Yeah. The update at Pixar, what's going to be Pixar Pier Hotel,
Yes.
Paradise Pier Hotel here.
The
the
whole
Epcot
area.
updates.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what they have to tell us. So for anyone who's not familiar, D23 Expo is a show for all things Disney. So if you go to Comic-Con or WonderCon or Emerald City Con or New York Con, whatever, there's one for every city and every state, everywhere internationally. It's basically a trade show, but this trade show is specifically for Disney fans, D23 members, people who live, breathe, sleep, eat, fart Disney. That's what we do, right?
Yeah.
I'm super excited. The whole thing kicks off on Friday morning at 10:30 with the Disney Legends Award ceremony, which I'm hoping to get into. And this year, so many incredible people are being honored. Don Hahn, basically the entire cast of Frozen, Anthony Anderson, Patrick Dempsey, and Ellen Pompeo from Grey's Anatomy, who've been acting on ABC for 20 years now, something
Plus,
like that.
yeah.
Ridiculous.
Mhm.
I missed that Patrick Dempsey. Now I'm really upset that I'm not there.
She clearly
sorry.
doesn't. She clearly
Just
doesn't
kidding, he's
listen
not
to my
gonna be there.
podcast.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah.
It's going to be really cool. And then the most important one to me, and I'm sure for a lot of people who'll be watching, is they're going to be honoring Chadwick Boseman, who passed away 2 years ago last week. Officially, he's going to be a Disney legend, which I think is so deserved. And he was honored with an Emmy this past week for his work on Marvel. What if, yeah, for his work as T'Challa, Star-Lord, and Disney Legends, even though, unfortunately, they won't be able to get his handprints for the wall, his family and his legacy definitely deserve the honor. So it's going to be a really emotional ceremony, I think. They haven't announced who's going to be honoring him, but I can only imagine that some of our friends from Black Panther will be there to remember him and celebrate him along with his family and all of us.
Yes.
Tamron Hall, who is an incredible talent, is going to be hosting, and there's going to be a performance by some of the Broadway cast members from The Lion King, Frozen, and The Little Mermaid, I think I saw.
Mm-hmm.
So that should be a really cool show. And then there are some huge panels in the D23 Hall D23, excuse me, all 3 days, including the celebration of Magic, Disney and Pixar, the Marvel Lucasfilm Showcase, the Disney branded television showcase, which is going to be hosted by Raven Simone, and the 100 years of WDI.
Yes.
So that's going to be the Imagineering panel where they are going to tell us amazing things. What's coming to the park? That's going to be Sunday morning. I'm so excited. Like I said, I can't wait to hear what they say. It's going to be so cool to be back in that room filled with people who are just as excited as we are about all of this stuff. So if you're there and you see me, you know my face. I might have a mask on because I'm paranoid, but if you see me, please say hi.
Yes, of course.
I'll be there.
Say hi to Kat. And, the great thing, too, is if you're going, don't forget you've got discounts there for the D23 Gold members. When visiting downtown Disney during Expo weekend. You've got Ballast Point discount. You've got Catal, Jamba Juice is in there, Uva Bar, Naples, Tortilla Joe's. And there's so many different things. Avail yourself of those D23 discounts when you're up there trying to grab some grub in between panels. Or after.
Absolutely.
Or afterwards.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And also, if you're a gold member, there is an Amazon lounge specifically for gold members, and they will have some exclusive gold member only items, most of which revolve around Walt's plane, which is going to be on display for people to see, including replicas of the gift packages they would give out to people who flew on Walt's private plane with Walt.
Yes.
That's cool.
We actually had stories about that, the Skull Rock podcast with me and Dave Bossert. We actually talked to a few Imagineers that were with Walt during that time that rode on his private jet. It was insane.
I'm excited. I'm excited to see it. I'm probably going to come home with all of that useless junk because why not?
Honestly, that pop vinyl of Mickey and the Mouse, that plane is tight.
Yes.
That
it's
is super
so
tight.
Cute.
I'm
the tote bag is cute. The little like accessory bag is cute. I love travel accessories, you guys. This is not a secret. So I'm in.
There's so much awesome merch. I remember when Marvel was, Marvel's always been there since they bought Marvel. But a few years back when they were doing the Marvel TV panel, when Jeff Loeb was doing the intro for that, and I ended up getting my Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. badge in a wallet, which was legit. I still have that in the box. And I found it the other day. I'm like, oh, this is so cool. I could flash my Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. badge because it's legit.
It's so good.
It's awesome. Like, I was a big fan of obviously the TV show and Phil Coulson and all that. So it's really cool. I can't wait to check out what's going on. I'm curious though, what we've heard so much about the expansion of Epcot in this, the new way they're doing, future world, right? And this new way they're doing it. And there's a lot of attractions we have. What is that noise?
That's Loki.
Oh, it's our cat?
Loki, he's trying to push the door open.
Oh, I was like, what is that? Is that in my headphones? It's in my headphones.
It's Loki. So he wants to come sit with me.
But anyway, yeah, he'll find his way in. So, but I'm just curious because they've cut so many things. Like we didn't even hear any news about the about the Mary Poppins attraction happening in the UK. Yeah. There's a bunch of stuff that I heard was abandoned or they're just putting on the shelf for now. So I'm curious how many of those things will actually come to life in the new Epcot. So
yeah, I'd love to. I can't wait to hear what they're going to tell us, what changes have been made to what we heard in 2019. Because, of course, 2019, we were at the expo in August of 2019. And then in March of 2020, everything shut down.
Yeah.
And it's been 2 years, of course, since we got any real news outside of shareholders' calls. But a lot of the things they told us about, like the Mary Poppins ride, there was a couple other things, the play pavilion at Epcot, which has been basically erased off the face of the planet. No one's talked about it since. Outside of like Star Wars Galactic Cruiser, we really haven't seen a lot of that stuff come to fruition yet. So I'd love to hear, and I'm excited to hear what they're going to tell us on Sunday and what they're going to show us, not only here in the US, but in international parks, because of course, Frozen, Arendelle World of Frozen is coming to Hong Kong, Shanghai, Hong Kong,
I think.
Hong Kong. So I'm excited to see what they're going to do there because all of the incredible work they've been doing animatronics outside of the Beauty and the Beast ride. I can only imagine what they're doing for Arendelle, for Frozen, which is such a big ticket item. I'm excited. I can't say it enough, apparently, that I'm excited, but I am. I'm going to say excited 37 more times on the episode of this podcast. I apologize in advance.
I'm just going to say that I don't know how I missed, because I knew the other people, except for Ellen Pompeo, was being inducted. But I am really, really bummed now because I am such a huge Patrick Dempsey fan.
She's a huge.
I think that was a late addition.
I was excited that they were honoring Chadwick Boseman. So that was like the big thing I was excited about. Now I'm like, Kat, if you see him or you talk to him or anything, you have to get an autograph and a picture for me. And you have to tell him that ever since Can't Buy Me Love, your co-host.
Oh my God.
That is he's like my favorite person.
That's hilarious.
Kat, I believe Kristen wanted to say that's her hall pass.
Oh, all right.
That's what she wants to say. She won't say it, but I know it's true.
Okay.
But that's okay. I mean, hey, everybody's got one, I guess. Maybe he was a last minute entry because I don't remember his picture being in the first time I read this press release.
I'm pretty sure that the television entries were added later because I don't remember Anthony Anderson or Tracy Ellis Ross being on that list either. So yeah, I'm excited. I did it again. They're going to be there hopefully to accept their honors, and along with, literally the entire cast of Frozen. I'm just going to put it out there. Idina Menzel, Kirsten Bell, Jonathan Groff, Josh Gad.
Yeah.
And a partridge in a pear tree. They're all going to be there to talk. Honestly, with all of those people in the room on Friday morning and then Friday afternoon being the Disney Pixar panel, if they announce Frozen 3 on Friday, I would not be shocked.
They will. That's why they're all there. But here's the thing. I just wish that John Travolta.
That's why I started thinking his name.
In and
I was like, gosh,
them
I could picture him. I was like, the face-off dude. What's his name?
Oh my God.
He'll be like, the whole meme of like Pulp Fiction, be like Adele Dazeem.
Yes.
But we love Idina Menzel. She's the best. Hey, I want to say also that, of course, I'm psyched for everybody that's going to be inducted into this year's class of Disney Legends. But I have to give a big shout out for Don Hahn because he's my homie now. I feel so blessed that Dave has introduced me. Dave Bossert has introduced me to Don Hahn, and we have talked before. Don Hahn has actually been on Source of Radio before when we were doing WDWT Room, and he is literally the best human being.
I'm surprised he hasn't been inducted before now.
So am I.
That's what I thought. I was like, wait a minute, Don Hahn, isn't he already in there?
Yeah, he's like the biggest producer that Disney's ever had, really, when you look at all of his films, and he continues to do them. He continues to produce documentaries on PBS, and he's just a talented writer and producer. So he's just amazing. But I also want to put out there that Chris Montan, he is also as equally as awesome. Because he basically oversaw the music for the second golden age of Disney and Touchstone Pictures and everything that Disney and Pixar had done. So he is an amazing person, and I was able to once again talk through Dave in our other podcast, Skull Rock Podcast, with Chris Montan, and he is a legend in music. And being a musician myself, I have so much. We all love his music. Everybody loves his music that he does, putting together all of the stuff for motion pictures. So I'm just super excited about not only everybody that's being recognized, of course, for Chadwick Boseman, but also the Disney legends that have been with the company for 30 years plus that continue to work at a high level for Disney, that churn out incredible content for us to enjoy. I even hate using the word content because I feel like that's disrespectful to the work they done. Just experiences, artwork, whatever you say, the art. I mean, they just add to the art form.
Definitely agree. And Doris Hardoon is getting honored this week. She is responsible for many of the things you still see in the World Showcase Pavilion and the land at Epcot. She's been with Disney for 20 plus years. She's a retired Imagineer. There's just, all those people behind the scenes. We know how important Chadwick Boseman is, even though I will stand on that soapbox and shout his name to the rooftops for the rest of my life. We know how important Adele Dazeem is. We know how important Kristen Bell is, and the cast of Frozen. They're all really important to kids around the world. But these Imagineers have dedicated their lives to their craft, and they deserve these honors just as much as those people that we see on Entertainment Tonight and E and on the red carpet. They just don't get the accolades that those people get, unfortunately, but they definitely deserve them. And the Legend ceremony is 100% their time to shine. And hopefully, I had a conversation this week about how I keep myself going through the harder times of my job. And I do it, and I continue to do it because I love my job and I love to make experiences and things that will bring people joy. These are the people that brought me joy. These are the people that brought you joy, Aljon and Kristen, and whoever's listening. They brought all of you joy. They continue to bring you joy. And this is their, not that they really need it, because our thanks is not enough and the money is not enough, but this is their reward for living that life and bringing those things to life and giving us that joy throughout their entire career. So it's going to be great. It's going to be so fun. And I can't wait to see what they have to say. I can't wait to see. Tamron Hall is such a personality and a character, so watching her present this stuff is going to be like a show in itself. So I'm excited. Again,
well, Aljon had asked me once if I could pick somebody to play me in a movie, who would I pick? And I've always told it would have to be Kristen Bell because she's goofy. And you have to be like a goofy person to play me because
agree.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I love Kristen Bell.
Yes.
We love Kristen Bell. She's the best.
Yep. It's going to be fun.
It's going to be fun. You know, it's their life's work, and it's great to be recognized, to have them recognized that way. It's probably hands down one of the biggest highlights of my D23 experience outside of the Friends and Fun, because the Friends and Fun for me, being there in an entire hall of like-minded Disney fans, being there with Kat and Bubba and Taylor and all our podcast friends and every one of our listeners and just to thank them, just to be there, just to have fun. It doesn't even matter where we go. It doesn't matter what panel we do. It's so much fun to be with fellow geeks and to just say, hey, it's great. Let's have some drinks. Let's talk Disney. Let's just catch up on old times. The camaraderie means so much. So that to me is the pinnacle. But after that, the panels, the Disney Legend Ceremony is by far my highlight. It just, it's my favorite. Everything else we'll get to, but it's, well, as you said, Kat, it's a time for them to shine and to tell their story and be recognized for a lifetime of entertaining the masses. Right?
Yes, definitely. And if someone comes out of it and Googles Doris or Chris and decides that's what they want to do with their lives, then, you know, come join the peanut gallery with us weirdos. Yeah. I hope somebody in there is trying to figure out what they want to do with their lives and they find it.
I feel like
from those people.
I feel like that's what happened to you, Kat.
Oh, 100% that's what happened to me.
It was your inspiration.
100%. My please. This is not a secret. Joe Rohde is my inspiration.
I knew it. You see, I knew
Joe Rohde is but you know who, before Joe Rohde, you know who my inspiration is?
Who?
Alice Davis.
Oh, of course.
Alice Davis has been an inspiration to me since I was a small child.
Mm-hmm.
I got to meet her a handful of times, and her and Mark just have created so many images that like permeate my mind and make up so many of my memories.
Yeah.
That she just is a complete inspiration. But on top of Alice, not literally because she's old, but on top of Alice is Joe Rohde, who I've also gotten to speak with. And they're both just such inspirations to me. And I'm sure to many, many other people.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. And, you know, we had this happen at Star Wars Celebration where one of the little kids who was with our team realized that I probably told this story already. And if I did, forgive me, but he realized that there's somebody whose job is to make Baby Yoda's arms move. That's somebody's job. Somebody can do that for a living.
Yeah.
And he was like, I didn't know that you could like be a puppeteer for your whole life. Like, I didn't know that was a thing. I want to do that. I want to be that person. I want to make something that like makes people happy. I want to be that person. And it was just such a joy to watch it happening to a new generation. And it's a joy to watch it happen in the room here at D23, in the park, when you see people in line or on the rides. It's a joy. I get emotional over this stuff because it changed. My whole childhood was in the parks. All of my happy memories as a child, almost all of them take place in the parks. You know, that's where we spent our family time. And it's a joy. It really is a gift to be able to go and sit in the room and feel that energy and positivity from all those people, especially right now in the world when the world's not super great outside of those halls, outside of those gates, you know? So just to get in there and feel that joy and that positive energy for a little while, even just a little while, is a real gift. And, you know, it's going to be great.
It's
going to rain, but it's going to be great.
Yeah.
It's one of those times where people are putting aside their differences in life and coming together for the one thing that they all have in common in love.
Yes, but next week when I come to this podcast and tell you guys a story about how I saw a fist fight in line for corn dogs, nobody remind me that I told this in the gushy fashion I'm telling it right now.
A fist fight for corn dogs?
Okay, let's
whatever, over munchlings or whoever they decide to fight each other over.
Well, it could happen. Could very well happen, especially at Mickey's of Glendale, you know, at the shop that they're going to have there. You never know what's going to happen at D23 Expo. But what I love The other things I love about it is, obviously the shopping's wonderful, but I love the Imagineering sections. When you can walk through all the displays, animatronics, talk to Imagineers about the latest and greatest technology they're developing, the latest rides, and have them tell the stories of every attraction that they're working on, and the dioramas that they have there, and the models are just, I love that so much.
Yes. I also like where they have it where you can see how the artists actually do the animation on the computer, and they can sit there and they're drawing, and you can see firsthand how that's done.
Artist Alley is also amazing. Like I love going to Artist Alley no matter what Comic-Con or I usually attend C2E2 in Chicago. I used to attend it religiously because I worked there so much. And I absolutely loved Artist Alley. And the same can be said over there at the D23 Expo when you get to see the animators or the comic book, guys from Marvel and gals just do their thing at such a high level or have them commission. I used to, throw money at people to have them commission me stuff. Like I've got this Pepper Potts and an Iron Man armor thing, which is like totally, Maxim magazine back in the day. But it's really cool that they did that. And then, they did a Tony Stark, playing a electric guitar in his armor, which was kind of cool. It's just a little caricature. And I like to support those artists like that, which is super neat. But yeah, I think my life, like yours, Kat, changed because the Disney legends. I've always looked up to Walt Disney, always, and I always hold them in such. They're like my Mount Rushmore. You had Walt Disney, Jim Henson, Stan Lee, and George Lucas. Those are like my people. You can model your life after people that have really are at the height of American storytelling and of technology. And I love the Muppets and Star Wars and Disney and Marvel, all because of these people, and Jack Kirby too. Let's not forget the King of Comics. But,
no, definitely
but
not.
all those people, are so highly influential. And when I get to see those people all get recognized, it just warms my heart because, it's their life's work. I feel the same way about my job.
Absolutely.
John Williams too, by the way. So.
Oh, John Williams, saw him on Saturday at the Hollywood Bowl. He played 3 encores. Man's 90 years old. 90 years old.
Unbelievable. At least you saw him live, and that's amazing.
This was like my 6th or 7th time seeing him live, and every time it is just as amazing as it is the time before and the time before that, and will continue to be amazing because he's just an unrivaled talent.
Unrivaled. You're right.
Yes. What were we recently watching? Because thinking of composers, my favorite is Danny Elfman.
Sure.
What were we watching? And we're like, oh, that's totally Danny Elfman.
Oh, we were watching Sam Raimi's original Spider-Man.
Doctor Strange?
Oh, the Spider-Man.
That's right,
Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we were watching.
I watched that today.
Yeah, we were watching because the kiddos love Spidey and his amazing friends on Disney Junior. And so I was like, well, how would you like to see real Spider-Man? And they're like, oh, okay. So we started playing the Tobey Maguire original Spider-Man with music by Danny Elfman. And there's certain cues, French horn cues or what have you, that are just so Danny Elfman. They're like, oh, that's his signature sound, or he has these different intervals that he does. Just much like John Williams has signature things that he does as well. Everybody does, Horner, everybody has their own.
Yes, for sure.
But anyway, we digress. Hey, at some point we're going to talk about food again, but no, probably not. But we did knock a lot of this out. Kat, I cannot wait for your reports. You're going to hear from Kat here at Dining at Disney, and hopefully we'll get a little pick more of your brain for the Disney List podcast as well. And you can hear Eat the Pictures when it returns with awesome content regarding the D23 Expo.
With Spider-Man content.
Spider-Man. That's what our little boy Jack says. Spider-Man.
Oh yeah. So yeah, I'll be on the Dining at Disney account on Instagram. I'll be on my account on Instagram at Catastrophe. I'll spell it later. And then if you have questions or you want to see something specific, don't hesitate to reach out to me. I'll be on the floor. I'll be in the panels. But then also this year they're doing something new and amazing. They're going to be live every day, 8 hours a day on d23expo.com/live and on all the D23 socials. So YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. Can you be live on Twitter? Yeah.
Yeah.
Twitch. So you can watch a bunch of the panels, including the Disney Legends panel at 10:30 on a Friday, September 9th, which we just talked about at length, and a bunch of other ones, including a conversation with some of those legends, the D23 Expo Masquerade 2022, which is always amazing. And then Marvel Comics, 60 Years of Amazing Spider-Man at 2 p.m. on Saturday. I'll be there. I hope that you watch. It's going to be great. And there's a lot of other things going down this weekend. A Boundless Future Disney Parks Experiences and Products at 10:30 on Sunday. Walt Disney Imagineering, 7 years of making the impossible possible. And a whole slew of things from Nat Geo. Nina West is going to be hosting some trivia, who I love. She's wonderful. So yeah, if you can't be there with me, check it out live online. Send me questions, send me things you want to see pictures of, send me things you want to know, and I'll try and find it all out. And then I'll be back, of course, next week to give a rundown of all the amazing, cool things I stole from booths or, picked up off the ground or,
Any extra
was told by a janitor in the hallway. Things that are important.
It's awesome. I think that's it.
Yeah, okay. Before wait, one last thing.
Oh.
Kat.
Yes.
Major tips for people who have never been before.
Okay. So they made new guidelines this year. If you have allergies, be sure to bring your own snacks. There's not a lot of stuff to eat, but also it would help if you have a doctor's note, because that's what I had to do. No chairs are allowed. No blankets are allowed. No outside strollers that are larger than the largest stroller allowed at Disneyland are allowed. No wagons. So if you're going to be there and you have little kids, be prepared to either have them be walking or to be carrying them if they cannot stay in their stroller, or your stroller is too big. Can't help you there. Apologies in advance. There's a lot of line waiting. Wear comfortable shoes. It's going to be questionable weather this weekend. It may rain. It's going to be either really hot or very wet. Prepare for both. Hope for neither. That's how I operate. Parking is on site. It's usually around $40. There's several different parking lots. I park in lot D usually, but I'll be walking over this time. That's the easiest parking lot to get in and out of, lot D. Be prepared to wait in lines. Be prepared to do a lot of nothing before you do a lot of something. Be prepared to only drink Pepsi because the Anaheim Convention Center only serves Pepsi, not Coke products. There's 2 Starbucks, one inside the Anaheim Hilton and one inside the Anaheim Marriott. The Marriott one is nicer and has mobile order. What else?
Food trucks. Are the food trucks going to be back?
Food trucks. Yes, there'll be food trucks. I don't know what the situation is for food trucks if it rains, but
right.
I'm sure they have it figured out. I'm not really a logistics person when it comes to catering. But yes, there'll be food trucks. And then also inside of the hall, there'll be, there's like snack stands. So usually they theme the stands to different characters and then have different cuisines. One will be pizza, one will be burgers, one will be barbecue and the like. There's also several other different kinds of vendors and vending machines and coffee carts. Definitely there's like 4 coffee carts at the Anaheim Convention Center. They take their caffeine very seriously, which I appreciate.
Talk about the vid guidelines. Do you know? I've got them here if you need them.
The video guidelines?
Oh no, the pandemic guidelines.
Oh, yes. So I know that they're not letting people sleep overnight. You can't line up till 4:30. We'll see how that goes. But what other ones are?
Well, just so you know, proof of vaccination and negative test will not be required for guests. However, get masks are recommended for all guests through the expo. Masks will be strictly enforced for all guests in certain areas where talent is present, which means, Kat, if you go behind the scenes for press, for Disney Legends, you probably need to wear your mask. And then space between talent and guests is 6 feet or more. Guests may remove masks while taking their photo. And the spacing between talent and guests is less than 6 feet. Guests must remain masked. So there are a lot of opportunities for meet and greets. There's a lot of opportunities for autograph signings and, all that cool photo stuff that happens during these cons. So make sure you bring your mask. You're probably going to end up using it if you want to get your favorite star to autograph or sign something for you. So, please keep that in mind. And then they also have those virtual shopping queues. So that's also an important thing for you to do as well. And you can download the D23 Expo app and use them in those special locations so that it's like Fast Pass basically for shopping.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it's a virtual queue. I'm told that you can also do it through the Disneyland app.
Oh, okay.
So if you have the Disneyland app, you can also use that to get in line. It'll be just like getting in a queue for Rise of the Resistance, one at 6 a.m. and one at 1 p.m. So you can try twice a day, all 3 days to get in lines for shopping specifically. Reservations for panels have already closed and been assigned previous to today, which is the 7th as we're recording. So if you haven't already gotten reservations for panels, I apologize. You probably will have to stand in a line, but make some friends, bring a book, learn a new skill. You'll be fine.
Skillshare on your tablet.
Yay!
I think one big thing is if they haven't been before, you cannot see and do it all.
Yes.
No.
You have to pick and choose. Choose wisely.
Mm-hmm,
Have a backup plan, backup panels. I
feel like that's something that people get really disappointed about because who've never done any kind of convention is that they think they can see and do it all, and it's not possible. And then they feel disappointed by it. It's like it's just not possible.
Yeah.
My other thing would be there's bag check. If you need to check your bags must be picked up by 7:30. If you're buying lots of things or something heavy or something large, you want to check your bag. I guess services, they'll hold on to that stuff for you. I would say if you, on your personal items, if you wouldn't bring it into a Disney park or into an airport, I would not bring it to D23 Expo 2022. They will send you back to your car. Depending on how big of a fit you throw, they may not let you in the building. So if you want to bring it to Disneyland, don't bring it here. It's basically the same rules. No sharp objects, no drugs, no alcohol, crying babies. That's just my list. But if you wouldn't take it to Disneyland, don't put it in your bag for this weekend. Show hours daily are from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. and they will allow people to start lining up, I believe, at 5 a.m. 4:30 is when the parking structures open, but no parking overnight.
Awesome.
You are a frequent goer, convention goer.
This is how many have we been to? 10?
Been to a lot.
Yeah, D23, 10 plus all of the other stupid things I go to. Yeah, conventions.
Yeah, we're con pros.
Yeah.
So
we're con people.
So I, for many, many years, either attending or putting on conventions, I have a certain regime that I do to maintain from getting confunk, or as we call, we do the NAM show, so we call it NAMthrax, but confunk is another thing, a term. So what do you do, Kat, to prepare really quickly if you wanted to share your wisdom to a lot of people from getting sick? Because I don't get sick of these things because I have a very strict regimen that I do.
I got a wicked sinus infection from Star Wars Celebration, and I think it was because I'd been out of practice. It was the first convention I've been back to since 2019. But normally I take a lot of vitamins as it is because I have health problems to begin with, but I will be wearing a mask. I try to wash my hands and use hand sanitizer. I make my own hand sanitizer, so I try to use what I have as often as I think is appropriate. Drink lots of water. Stay hydrated. If you don't want to spend $5 on a bottle of water every hour, bring an empty water bottle and you can fill it in the drinking fountains. Or you can have someone bring you a cup of water and you can fill it at the concession stands. Because of my allergies, I always carry food with me, but I try to keep my protein up. I try to keep my potassium up. I try to stay hydrated. I do what I can. I also tend not to drink. I know a lot of people like to go to parties after these things and stay out late. But if I'm going to be on the go all day, the last thing I want to do is be out all night. I'm an old lady. I'm old. I'm old and I want to sleep.
Yeah.
I also tend to bring a different pair of shoes for every day, which I know is elitist and privileged. And if you can't do that, I apologize for even bringing it up, but I tend to get shoe fatigue. So I try to bring a different pair of shoes for every day, or at least a second pair so I can alternate them so that so the bottom of my feet stay, relatively healthy from standing in line for so long.
Yep.
The convention floor is freezing.
Yes.
So you're going to be going in and out of air conditioning all day long, which is a great recipe to get sick. especially because all that air is recycled. So just, bring a sweater if you need it. Be aware that it's going to be cold inside and hot outside. It's not the, most ideal of situations, but it is what it is.
Yes.
Welcome to Southern California.
100%. Those are some great tips.
One good thing to do is also carry saline nasal spray.
Yeah,
especially when you're going to be wearing a mask, because the drier your sinuses are, the more likely you are to get sick. And so, like when I fly on an airplane, before any of this stuff even started, being that I have a compromised immune system, if I'm on a plane, I always have eye drops. I have the saline nasal spray. I have my hand sanitizer and Clorox wipes because planes are nasty. So I clean everything. But it has kept me healthy over the past 15 years.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm with Kat too. I frequently wash my hands, have the hand sanitizer, always have granola bars in my backpack. Try to eat as much vitamin C, as I can. Nuts, fresh fruit. Always eat a banana every day that I go out. As you said, potassium levels are important. Stay hydrated. Definitely. But another thing I do is I actually use Emergency every day, even when I'm like sitting at home and getting ready to go to work, just because you need that extra shot of vitamin C and things. So that's part of my everyday routine when I'm on a convention. Bananas every day and the Emergency hand sanitizer thing.
Yep. Bananas every day. I take vitamin C every day. So yeah. I don't know who listens to this show, but if you need it, there's also a nursing mother's room at the Anaheim Convention Center. They actually have several. So if you are a new mom or you have some other circumstance that means you need to nurse, they have a space available to you, so you don't have to go to your car or do it in the bathroom or whatever. So I always say the Anaheim Convention Center people are some of the nicest convention center people. ACC staff is wonderful, and they put up with so much. Definitely, if you have a question, ask them. Lost and found, first aid, guest relations, they will be able to answer your questions. They look for the people with the blue vests. They are always super, super helpful.
I think that's awesome. I think that's all we got.
Put tags on your children in case they get lost.
Oh yeah, air tags help.
That way you can
air tags.
them.
Air tags.
Air tags. Yeah. I always watch those shows that are and then they knew her name because it said it on her shirt and they guided her away from her parents. And I'm like, no.
Air tags.
Yep.
No. Do what we do and do the air tags. That's all I'm saying.
Air tags. That's great. It's a great idea.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, we hope you enjoyed today's show. If you haven't already, subscribe, and hit the notification button. You can follow us on all the social media platforms that are out there. And then if you're looking to find the podcast, you can go to Anchor or any of the other podcasting platforms out there. And I just drew a blank in the middle of all this. Yeah.
Oh, it's all right.
It's late today.
Yeah. And you can support the show by visiting us on diningatdisney.com, and we've got Amazon, Disney Store, and Guardian Grocer, or on Anchor for as little as 99 cents a month. You can support the show.
Absolutely.
That's what I was trying to say.
Well, thank you.
Okay,
yes. Don't forget to follow us on social. As Kristen said, we're on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. You can follow Dining at Disney as well. Now on YouTube again. We're starting to upload videos and video podcasts for your enjoyment there on Facebook and YouTube. For all your Disney, Universal, and Cruise Line needs, please contact Kristen for your free quote today and have her save you time and money. Email themeparksandcruises@gmail.com, and her services are completely free. Kat?
If you enjoy this podcast, and we hope you do, check out our friends over at the Disney List. Our friends being these friends, Kristen and Aljon, Skull Rock Podcast, WW Park Hoppers, Disney Parks Podcast, and my bite-sized podcast, Eat the Pictures. You can find me on Instagram, especially this weekend at Catastrophe, at CAT_ASTROPHE. Don't forget to join our Facebook group, Dining at Disney, and check out our friends, the Disney Dorks and Sorcerer Radio Fun Zone. Until next time, I was Kat, that was Kristen, that was Aljon. Bon appetit.
The information and opinions expressed in this podcast are for entertainment and informational purposes. All other trademarks mentioned are the property of their respective owners.
Eat the Pictures is a bite-sized movie podcast. Every week we look at the ways different movies, from classic horror to rom-com, use food to tell stories on screen. Food unites us all. Let's explore it piece by piece on Eat the Pictures. Stay hungry.
I'm Kristen Hoetzel, vacation planner, world traveler, Disney foodie, and theme park fan.
I'm Aljon Go. I'm the husband who's also Disney, Star Wars, and Marvel Comics fan. And together, we host a Disney List podcast.
Every week, you'll hear us list our favorite things about Disney theme parks, films, shows, travel, Marvel, and Star Wars in a top 10 list, rankings, and more.
That's an impressive list. Subscribe to the Disney List podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, or your favorite podcast platform. You can even stream us on Sorcerer Radio at srsounds.com and check out our live shows on Facebook. The Disney List podcast. Visit thedisneylist.com.